Federal government squatting on our land. It's time to remove them from our land.
We will never forgive them, and we'll never forget.
Mixed feelings in Burns, Oregon, following that acquittal that shocked a lot of people. The takeover of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge stirred up a lot of emotions about land use in the federal government. KGW's Pat Doris went to Burns to see just how this verdict is affecting the community of Harney County.
The Malheur Refuge is limping back towards normal. Its friendly welcome is gone at the headquarters building, now behind gates with guards. And behind the scenes in town, there is concern.
It's as if somebody came and painted a big red target on the back of every federal employee.
Isabel Fleureau is married to a federal employee and furious over the verdict.
They have won. They now know that they are allowed to do that. And to me, that's very, very scary.
Ammon Bundy, his brother and supporters took over the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge January 2nd. They carried guns and posted security details and talked about giving the land controlled by the federal government back to private citizens. It's exactly the sort of message Chris Briles wanted to hear.
I think that we need to get our economy back going, put the land back into the economy. We get nothing out of the land that the feds claim that they own.
He's one of many in the Burns area pleased with the not guilty verdicts. At the county courthouse, Steve Grasty, the county executive, won't say what his reaction was to the verdict, at least not on camera. But he said there were many lessons learned that will be applied in the future.
They were allowed in this building to have a meeting with the sheriff with firearms. I'll bet you the next time they get arrested, whoever that might be, you, me, and whoever, they ought to be arrested on the spot. They should have been then.
Grasty will retire at the end of the year and is asking the community to work together after the verdict. But feelings remain tender over all that's happened in the last 10 months, and opinions are strong.
The government doesn't own the land. The state of Oregon and the American people own the land.
It's unclear if the two sides will ever find a common ground.
And so you have the Native Americans at Standing Rock who are being abused and you know, shot with rubber bullets because they don't have guns, but the Bundys, because they showed up with their guns and with their preposterous faux prayers every 2 minutes, they get away with it. It's infuriating, it's horrifying, horrifying.
And KGW's Pat Doris also spoke with Native Americans in the area. Some said they felt like a white jury let white suspects get away with the crime. Meanwhile, legal experts are still in shock over this verdict. The defendants acquitted not only just on the conspiracy charge, but also on the one for simple possession of a firearm on federal property.
You've got these guys putting up videos of themselves with their guns, and they're on federal property. I mean, they've admitted they're on it. So I don't know how you acquit on that unless you really are just sending some kind of message to the government.
Experts say after this ruling, prosecutors may want to think about making deals with the next set of 7 defendants and the Bundys when they're tried in Nevada.
The leaders of an armed group who seized an Oregon wildlife refuge earlier this year have been acquitted. The 41-day standoff was part of a long-running dispute over the use of federal lands for grazing. Ammon Bundy and his brother Ryan were found not guilty of possessing a firearm in a federal facility and conspiring to impede federal workers. 5 others were acquitted as well. One occupier was shot by police during the standoff.